So my name is Stuart Freedman, and for the last 22 years I'm a photojournalist and also a writer. I've always worked through agencies. I used to be a member of Network Photographers and now I'm a member of Panos Pictures. My relationship with Amnesty came about because I've won their photojournalism award twice, and this year I judged their photojournalism award. And I guess I've always photographed issues around human rights, mostly in the developing world. I've worked mostly in Africa and Asia for all of my career. And I was delighted that they asked me to come up with an idea for the show. And I came up with a piece that's kind of, I suppose, little mini retrospective around this French word, débrouillardise, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It was a word I heard a lot in Africa in the late 90s. It was about the art of getting by, the art of surviving. Those small little stories that I was really interested in portraying. So the Jersey Film Festival called me up and asked me if I could put a show on to go with the film festival. I was delighted, and they gave me carte blanche to choose a subject in relation to my work in human rights over the years. And so we put this idea on that I've kind of been working on for, I don't know, most of my career, I suppose. This idea of débrouillardise, the art of getting by, these small stories that reflect people's survival strategies in very difficult circumstances. You know, people fall in love, people have a life, people laugh against the most terrible circumstance. And you know, sometimes when we portray, especially the developing world, all you see is misery, all you see is this kind of cliche of suffering. And it isn't really like that, I think. And I think we owe it to the people that we photograph and write about to portray a more human side to their lives. They're not just victims of circumstance. People have lives that are full and vibrant, and we should show that. My relationship with Metro goes back quite a long time, much more than a decade, I think. So I spent most of the mid to late 90s into the mid 2000s, I guess, shooting transparency film. So I always brought my film to Metro. I always used to get off the plane at Heathrow, get a taxi outside Great Sutton Street where you used to be, drop a big bag of film in, and run home. 2 hours later, 2 or 3 hours later, the film would be delivered to me. I used to edit straight away. So I called up Metro and said I had an exhibition and would you like to help me print it? And it was fantastic. John Clure was marvellous to work with.
Stuart Freedman, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you.